let's talk about the Masu tribe. So Masu is made up of all the post-mergers. These are castaways that managed to get to post-merge in their season, but they got voted out before they could taste that win, that coveted final tribal council. And so they know what it feels like to make it through the game. In fact, they've invested so much into it, and then it got snatched away before they could get there. So I think they're going to hit the ground running the season because they know there's no time to waste. And I think one of the huge mistakes people make is they come into this game and they bide their time and they think, no, I'll wait just until the next tribe. I'll wait till this happens. I'll wait until... And then they're doing the long walk to that world of regret. So they're coming in here and they want to wipe that slate clean. They want to sit at that final tribal. They don't want to make it to merge. They want to make it to the final tribal council. So it's going to be fire and brimstone and all things crazy in this season of Survivor with the Masu tribe. So let's kick off with Chappies. He comes into this game. He'll be our player in this season that's possibly the most seasoned because he had 38 days in the game, got voted out just before the final tribal council, and that weighs heavily on him. I mean, no one got closer to sitting at that final tribal and being able to plead his case to the jury. And in his mind, I think he was there already. So when he lost that final immunity challenge, it ripped his heart out. And this is a chance for him to redeem himself. And I think it broke many hearts when Chappies went home. I think he's going to mend those hearts this season. Dante, Aquaman. Dante is one of those castaways who also has a completely different energy about him this time around. Apart from his energy, he's also got a whole new look. He's shaven all the hair off. I'm hoping it's not the Samson effect for him because he's going to need every ounce of his strength, and he has a lot of it. But Dante is one of those hit the ground running, and whatever's in my way, I'm going to take out. And I think he really plays this game from the heart with every fiber of his being. He's also one of those people who's going to have to really figure out how to ebb and flow it at the right time, because in his season, he allowed his emotions, his frustrations to get the better of him. If he can learn to forgive himself and others, he's going to be okay. And if he can learn to rein in his energy at the right times, release it, and also be careful at the challenges. You know, if you show too much of your physical prowess, it's a target straight on your back. So if he plays somewhere in the center, not under, but just in the center, I think he's going to have a great season. So Marion hails from Season 5 Champions. And I think I speak for a lot of people when I say I'm so darn excited that she's back in the game. She's been dying to play again for years. So she comes with years of desire to get into this game and to unleash her Marionism on this game. And I think we're going to see gameplay like we haven't seen in a long time, because she brings with her not only a strategic mind and not only an understanding of how the game should be played, and not only physical prowess, because she might be small, but she is dynamite, but she also brings a love for the game of Survivor. So I think she's going to want to honor the gameplay. She is a force that will be unleashed on this season of Survivor. So watch out, everybody. Here she comes. Here she comes. Meryl from Season 7, Island of Secrets. I just want to give Meryl a hug every time I see her. She's got this gorgeous bush of hair, and she's always got that smile on her face, and she's a singer and a dancer, and she's the mama. She's the mama of the season. I think she's going to be the same in the season. That's a part of herself she just cannot, you know, keep away. And I hope she brings it, because it's beautiful. It's what makes her who she is. But she's coming into a season of people who are relentless, and they will do anything. And they will vote out their mama. They will take their mama down. So Meryl's going to have to bring a little bit of edge herself, and I think she has it. And what Meryl's got going with her is the grace, the poise, control of herself. Because as a dancer, as a singer, you need to have control of your tool, of your elements. And she has that, which a lot of the other players don't have. So it's a conflict of two different kinds of play. I can't wait to see what happens. Palesa. When I think of Palesa, I see her at Tribal Council, this queen, that stoic look upon her face, always poker-faced, always measured. And beneath that, a churning going on, because she is playing game every second of every moment. I think when everyone else sleeps, Palesa's in that just dozing off, and then she brings herself out because she's got another idea that's come to mind. I don't know if Palesa ever sleeps, because she's always gaming in her mind. I've never ever seen in the previous season that she played, I never ever saw Palesa feeling or looking like she's not in it. She's always showing up, always ready to play, and she may not be as outspoken as everyone else, but as I say, that energy lies beneath the surface, and if you don't watch out, it'll get you when you least expect it. PK. if you remember from his season, PK was a loose cannon. I mean, this guy came in with the idea that he was gonna just bulldoze his way through, and he's gonna PK his way all the way to the end. He quickly learned that's not the way to play, got himself into quite a bit of trouble early on, and then started getting a feel for it. And he was one of those players that he would never say die. So if he was in trouble, he was searching for an idol, he was looking for ways to mess with other people's games, and he brought this constant energy to it. And so PK is going to play this game with that same fervor. But I think what's happened is he's been able to look back at his mistakes and said to himself, okay, I can do this and this and this differently. And if he does tweak just certain elements of his game, he is another force to be reckoned with. What's exciting about his game is that you don't know what PK is going to do next. He's this unpredictable energy. So let's see where it goes. Shane, Season 5 champions, another Castaway I've been waiting for years to see in the game again. He was one of our first villains that really played a truly villainous game, paired up with Marion back in his season, and they were set to take that season by the neck and throttle it, but of course they got voted out because they were playing too villainous a game. Of course, Survivor has evolved somewhat since then, so I think Shane he's been dying to get in there and play the game like he wanted to play it the first time. And problem is, there's a lot of other players that have the same outlook, so Shane is definitely going to have to up the ante a little. He's the kind of guy that comes into a situation, assesses what the threats are, what he needs to do to circumvent those, and how he needs to, rope everyone in, and then slowly sets about doing exactly that. Kind of like a python, slowly worming his way without anyone noticing what he's up to, and then slowly he'll start squeezing until he gets, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. So I can't wait to see Shane play his game. Steffi. Wow. When I think of Steffi, I just see Steffi. I call her Steffi walks on water, but actually Steffi runs on water, because I have these slow-mo shots in my mind of Steffi and everyone just diving out of the way, because here she comes. And, she is just the epitome of a strong, powerful, gorgeous, but dangerous woman. And she comes with game. Now, when she played in her season, she came and she was going to play that loyal, strong, you can trust and depend on me game. And game kind of bit her in the butt. It kind of said to her, hey, this is not how we play it over here. You got to get in and you got to get dirty. Ain't nobody leaving here clean. And I think she's learned a lesson in that sense. So she's going to come in here wanting to have those elements about her, because you need to build that element of trust. You need to be able to have that sincerity and the truth that people can trust and rely on. But you got to be able to turn it on and be feisty and cut when you need to, because in this game, it is kill or be killed. I think she knows that now. I cannot wait to see Steffi unleashed on this game. Tajan is such a beautiful character. He really is. Physically, he's a specimen, but he's got this beautiful outlook on life, a very unique outlook on the game as well. And Tajan is almost the kind of person who plays his own game. He's in his own world all the time, and he's present in this world, but there is something else going on in Tajan's mind all the time, and he's the only one who knows. And he's got this whole different way of approaching things and looking at things. And whilst other people come to certain conclusions, Tajan's like, I'm going this way around. And so that can be dangerous when you don't have people coming with you and going along on this journey with you. But I think Tajan has the charm and the ability, hopefully, to be able to get people to come along with him on these crazy rides. Tony is one of those really beautiful, energetic characters who just lays it all out from the get-go. One of those people that you also know where you stand with her all the time, because she will tell you. She's one of those who grabs, the world by the horns and shakes it, and then it shakes her back, and then she shakes it again. And she doesn't stop. She's always throwing herself head first into the game of Survivor. And you can't but respect and love a player like that. So I'm very excited that we have her back this season. Hopefully this time, she won't let the game get to her. She'll get to the game. So Masu, made up of castaways who have a bone to pick with the game, which means they are going to play for the win, which could possibly mean that they're going to play an individual game, which could be dangerous for them. It could be messy. They need cohesion. And I think if they find the kinship of wanting to get to the end, and they realize that to get there, you need to go with a vehicle. If they remember that part, it's the fundamental rule of Survivor. You cannot get there on their own. And I think they all know that by now. They're going to play this game in a way that we haven't seen before, because we have got people who've made it to merge. They know what it takes. They're not worried. They're not daunted by how tough it is. They are coming in here, and they're going to hit the ground running. It's going to be fireworks from the get-go.